Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're focusing on a fruit that's, well, it's way more than just a simple snack. The apple.
Absolutely. It's a truly remarkable, multifaceted gem of the plant kingdom, really versatile.
And we're about to thoroughly explore that versatility.
Indeed. The journey of the apple, Malus domestica, it's just fascinating. It goes way back, rooted deep in history.
Right.
Its wild ancestor, Malus sieversii, you can still find it thriving in Central Asia. That's where the apple's been cultivated for like thousands of years.
Thousands, wow.
Yeah, and from these ancient beginnings, it spread, across continents, eventually reaching North America with European colonists. It just shows incredible adaptability.
Uh-huh.
But what's truly captivating is the sheer diversity. There are over 7,500 known apple cultivars.
7,500, that's astonishing.
Isn't it? And each one has been painstakingly bred for specific qualities, whether it's for eating fresh, right off the tree, or for cooking, baking, even producing cider.
Okay, and that immense diversity is precisely why this deep dive is so exciting today. We're delving into the incredible world of apple preserves. You shared some fantastic sources, and they really act like a comprehensive guide to transforming these orchard treasures into truly exceptional preserves.
That's the plan.
Our mission today is to extract the most important insights, understand the unique characteristics of this fruit, and really equip you, the listener, with the knowledge to create your own standout creations in the kitchen.
Yeah, think of this as your shortcut to being truly well-informed about apple preservation. We're moving beyond just the basic what to do. We want to get into the scientific why behind, the ingredient choices and the specific techniques.
Yeah.
Apples are enjoyed in countless ways: raw, in salads, baked into pies, cooked into sauces, or as apple butter. And this deep dive will show you how to truly elevate them. Really make something extraordinary, focusing on these specific recipes you've provided.
Absolutely. So you can expect us to explore 7 distinct apple preserves today. Each one has its own unique character, its own preparation method. We'll meticulously break down the ingredients, walk through the step-by-step instructions, reveal the nutritional facts, and offer some really wonderful serving suggestions.
Yeah, get ready for plenty of aha moments, hopefully,
Yes,
and practical insights as we immerse ourselves in the art of apple preservation.
And you mentioned the 7,500 cultivars. It's worth understanding a bit more about how we actually get that consistency, right?
Definitely. To truly appreciate the recipes, understanding the botany helps. That incredible consistency and variety, it's largely maintained through a process called clonal grafting onto rootstock.
Clonal grafting, right?
Right. So what this means is, if you plant an apple seed, you'll get a genetically unique tree, often, frankly, less predictable. The apples might not be great.
Ah.
But by grafting a branch that's the scion of a specific cultivar, say a Honeycrisp, onto a different root system, you ensure that every Honeycrisp tree produces genetically identical Honeycrisp apples.
So that guarantees the flavor, the texture.
Exactly. Consistency in flavor, texture, growth characteristics. And the rootstock itself, that can control things like the tree's size or its resistance to certain diseases. It's really precise.
That is precision, a testament to thousands of years of, horticultural know-how.
It really is. Human effort and insight.
Which brings us perfectly to our first creation. Let's kick things off with apple jelly. The classic, that shimmering clarity, pure, concentrated apple essence.
It's beautiful stuff. And for an outstanding apple jelly, the choice of apple cultivar is, it's absolutely paramount. You need that clarity and balanced flavor.
So which ones do the sources recommend?
They highly recommend Granny Smith or Honeycrisp apples for this specific purpose.
Okay, Granny Smith. Why that one?
Granny Smiths are prized for their high malic acid content. That natural acidity does 2 things. It provides an essential tart balance, so the jelly isn't cloyingly sweet.
It cuts the sweetness.
Exactly, and maybe more importantly, it acts as a natural pectin enhancer. It significantly helps in achieving a firm, beautiful set, that gel structure we want.
Okay, acid helps pectin. Got it. And Honeycrisp, how does that contribute?
Well, Honeycrisp, while it's also firm, it brings a lovely natural sweetness and a really crisp cell structure that breaks down cleanly during cooking.
Ah, so less cloudy stuff.
Precisely. It yields a beautifully clear juice, which is vital for that signature translucent quality of jelly. So you've got the tartness and pectin boost from Granny Smith, complemented by the balanced sweetness and clarity potential of Honeycrisp.
It's really about choosing apples with the right chemical and physical attributes for the job.
Exactly, for that pristine, shimmering result.
Okay, let's look at the ingredients for this elegant preserve. You'll need 2 cups of peeled and cored apples, Granny Smith or Honeycrisp, or maybe even a mix.
A mix could work well, yeah.
Yeah.
Balancing the tart and sweet.
Okay. Then the other essentials. Half cup of apple cider. Does that just boost the apple flavor?
It does. It adds a subtle depth, kind of rounds it out.
Yeah.
Then you need a half cup of granulated sugar for sweetness, obviously, but also for preservation.
And setting, right. Sugar helps the pectin too.
Crucial for the set. And finally, 1 packet of powdered pectin. That's our main gelling agent here.
Got it. Okay, let's walk through making it.
All right. We begin with preparation. Takes about 5 minutes. You'll want to blend your selected apples until they're very smooth, almost like a liquid pulp.
Okay, really Blixen.
Yeah. Then the critical step, straining this blended mixture. You gently press the apple pulp through a fine mesh sieve or maybe some cheesecloth to extract the juice. Aim for a pure, clear liquid.
So don't force the solids through.
Definitely not. That's the enemy of clear jelly. That clear liquid is your foundation.
Okay, makes sense. Next step.
Next, combining ingredients. This is quick, maybe 2 minutes. In a clean saucepan, make sure it's clean. Combine that precious apple juice you just strained with the apple cider, the sugar, and the powdered pectin.
And whisk it all together.
Whisk thoroughly until that pectin is completely dissolved. This is really crucial. You don't want any lumps, and you need the pectin evenly distributed so it activates properly when you heat it.
Right, no pectin clumps. Okay, then the cooking.
Yeah, the real transformation happens during cooking and thickening. This
Wow.
usually takes about 8 to 10 minutes. Bring the mixture to a rolling boil over medium-high heat and stir it consistently.
A rolling boil, like one you can't stir down.
Exactly. That's where the chemistry kicks in. Pectin, which is this complex carbohydrate, a soluble fiber in the apple cell walls, it starts to activate. When it's cooked with the right balance of sugar and acid, which we made sure we have these pectin molecules link up, they form this 3-dimensional gel network.
Wow, okay, a network.
Yeah, and you'll notice the mixture starts to thicken. A classic test is the sheeting test. Dip a cool metal spoon in, lift it out, and tilt it. If the jelly flows off in a sheet rather than dripping in single drops, it's likely ready.
Or a thermometer.
Or a thermometer, yeah. Many jellies set reliably around 220 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 104 Celsius.
Good tip. Okay, so it's thickened, it's ready. What's next?
Finally, the jarring and cooling phase. This takes roughly 30 minutes for the initial cooling setup. Once your jelly hits that perfect set point, carefully pour the hot jelly into sterilized jars.
Sterilization is key here, right?
Absolutely paramount. You
Okay.
got to eliminate any yeasts, molds, bacteria, anything that could cause spoilage. Ensures it's safe for storage. Seal the jars tightly, then let them cool completely at room temperature. As they cool, that pectin network firms up, transforming the liquid into that beautiful, gleaming, translucent jelly.
Fantastic. And what about nutrition? Is it just sugar?
Well, it's largely sugar, yeah.
Huh.
A quarter-cup serving has approximately 260 calories, 65 grams of carbs, with about 18 grams of that being sugar and maybe a gram of fiber. But it still offers small amounts of beneficial nutrients from the apple itself, like some vitamin C and potassium, so not just sugar, but definitely a treat.
Okay. And serving suggestions, besides just on toast.
Oh, it's incredibly versatile. Spread it generously on warm toast, sure, or freshly baked croissants for a delightful breakfast. That's a classic. For something refreshing, layer it with Greek yogurt, and granola makes a vibrant parfait.
Ooh, nice idea.
And here's something maybe unexpected. Use it as a glaze for grilled chicken or pork.
Really?
Yeah, that sweet tart tang adds a fantastic dimension to savory dishes. And of course, it's wonderful with warm scones or biscuits for afternoon tea. Can't beat that.
Okay, great ideas. So from the shimmering clarity of jelly, let's pivot. Let's go to something bolder, more complex. Apple chutney.
Ah, yes, chutney. A completely different beast. This brings a symphony of sweet and savory notes,
Yeah.
really vibrant, dynamic.
It sounds like the apple choice would be important here too, but maybe for different reasons than the jelly.
Exactly right. What's interesting about chutney is how the cultivar impacts the texture and its ability to stand up to, all those other robust flavors.
So what works well here?
For this recipe, our sources suggest Gala or Fuji apples.
Daw or Fuji? Okay,
Hey.
why them?
They're highly valued for their excellent balance of sweetness and firmness, and that firmness is key.
Why?
Because the apples need to hold their shape reasonably well after being chopped and simmered for quite a while. You want distinct pieces in a chutney, contributing to that satisfying texture, not just dissolving into mush.
Right, you want texture, not applesauce.
Precisely. And their sweetness also balances the tartness of the vinegar and the pungency of the spices we're going to add.
Okay, makes sense. Let's talk ingredients for this rich chutney.
Huh.
Again, 2 cups of peeled and chopped apples, Gala or Fuji.
Yep.
Then the flavor arsenal.
Mm.
1/2 cup of diced red onion. That's the savory base.
Yeah, pungent, savory base. Then 1¼ cup of apple cider vinegar for that sharp acidity. The brightness balances the sweet.
Uh-huh.
Then 1¼ cup of brown sugar. That gives a deeper kind of molasses-like sweetness compared to white sugar.
Okay.
2 tablespoons of chopped crystallized ginger. That brings a distinctive warmth, a little spicy kick.
Love crystallized ginger.
Me too. Then, oracle cup of golden raisins for bursts of concentrated sweetness and chewiness.
Nice textural element.
Yeah. 1 teaspoon of curry powder, a wonderful aromatic enhancer. 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and just a tiny pinch of red pepper flakes. Just for a subtle, intriguing background heat.
Wow, that's quite a lineup. Okay, how do we put it all together?
All right, the preparation for apple chutney starts with the initial chopping. Takes about 5 minutes. You'll dice your apples and red onion uniformly.
Uniformly. Why is that important?
It helps ensure even cooking and a consistent texture throughout the final chutney. You don't want massive chunks next to tiny bits. Getting this foundation right is crucial for the overall balance.
Okay, even chopping. Got it then.
Next, combining and softening. This takes about 10 minutes. In a saucepan, combine your chopped apples, diced red onion, and the apple cider vinegar. Put it over medium heat, let it gently simmer.
What's happening here?
The vinegar starts to soften the apples and onions slightly, and its acidity begins to work its magic, kind of preparing the fruit to absorb all those upcoming sweet and spicy flavors.
Okay, prepping the cabbage.
Exactly. Then comes the flavor layering phase. This is quick, maybe 3 minutes. This is where we introduce the rest. The brown sugar, the crystallized ginger, the raisins, and then the aromatics, curry powder, cinnamon, red pepper flakes.
Just dump it all in.
Pretty much, yeah. Stir everything thoroughly, make sure all those spices are well distributed. This sets the stage for that really complex flavor profile we're after.
And then the main cooking part.
Right, the most crucial part is the simmering and thickening. This will take about 25 to 30 minutes. You'll simmer the whole mixture over medium-low heat and stir occasionally. You don't want it sticking.
Right.
This is where the real magic happens. The flavors meld, they deepen. As the liquids reduce, the apples and onions soften further, the sugars start to subtly caramelize. The vinegar mellows out, the spices fully bloom, and the whole thing thickens into that rich, chunky consistency that is chutney.
How do you know when it's thick enough?
Good question. You're looking for a texture where if you drag a spoon across the bottom of the pot, it leaves a clear path for a few seconds before the chutney slowly fills it back in.
Ah, okay. The trail test.
Exactly. Once it hits that point, you move to the jarring and cooling stage, about 30 minutes for cooling. Carefully spoon the hot chutney into sterilized jars. Seal them tightly preserves those intricate flavors and textures. Let them cool completely at room temperature. Proper sealing, proper cooling essential for safety and quality.
Got it. And nutrition-wise? More complex than the jelly.
Definitely. A 1/4 cup serving of this apple chutney has about 285 calories, 72 grams of carbs, about 28 grams of sugar in there, but also a decent 3 grams of fiber and a gram of protein. And thanks to that diverse ingredient list, the onion, raisins, ginger, spices, it also delivers a good array of vitamins and antioxidants. Quite a bit more going on nutritionally.
That's good to know. And how would you serve this? It seems pretty versatile.
Oh, incredibly versatile. It pairs wonderfully alongside grilled meats, think pork tenderloin or chicken. It offers that balance of richness with bright, tangy notes. It makes an excellent spread for cheese and crackers. Really ups your charcuterie board game.
Yeah, I could see that.
Consider pairing it with curry dishes. It provides a delightful contrast. The spices complement each other beautifully, and honestly, it's a fantastic flavorful condiment that will elevate any sandwich or wrap. Adds a real punch.
Lots of possibilities there. Okay, our third preserve is something a bit different again. The apple shrub. You call this a revitalizing concentrate.
Yeah, it's not really a spread like the others. It's more of a tart sweet syrup base.
Right.
Really refreshing and surprisingly versatile. Think of it like a historical Gatorade concentrate, almost.
Ah, okay, interesting. So apple choice for a drink concentrate.
Right. For the shrub, selecting the right apple is about achieving a mellow, balanced sweetness. You want a harmonious base. Our sources specifically recommend Golden Delicious apples for this.
Golden Delicious. Why those?
They offer a naturally sweet, less tart flavor profile that makes them ideal for creating a syrup that isn't overwhelmingly acidic when you combine it with the vinegar, which is key to a shrub.
Ah, so the vinegar provides the main tartness.
Exactly. The Golden Delicious's gentle flavor also allows the other aromatics, we'll add cinnamon, cloves, orange peel, to really shine through without competing too much.
Okay, let's gather the ingredients for this unique concentrate. 2 cups of peeled and chopped Golden Delicious apples.
Yep.
Then, for the supporting flavors, 1 cup of apple cider vinegar. That's the shrub part,
Right,
right?
the defining tang, yeah. Then 3/4 cup of granulated sugar, 2 cinnamon sticks, 4 whole cloves, and 1 strip of orange peel for that bright citrusy note.
Okay. Now, the preparation sounds different, too. You mentioned maceration.
Yes, this starts with a distinctive step, overnight maceration. Takes a full 24 hours, so plan ahead.
Wow, okay.
You combine your chopped apples with the sugar in a large bowl. Cover it and let it rest overnight in the refrigerator.
What does that do?
It's a slow process using osmosis. The sugar draws the fruit's natural juices out, creating this really flavorful syrup base before you even apply any heat. It's crucial for extracting a pure apple essence.
So pulling the flavor out gently.
Exactly. After that 24 hours, it's time for the straining phase, about 10 minutes. Strain that apple sugar mixture through a fine mesh sieve. Press the fruit gently but thoroughly. You want every last drop of that precious concentrated syrup.
And just discard the apple solid.
Yeah, they've done their job. They've relinquished their sweet liquid essence. Discard the solids.
Okay, now we have the syrup.
Next is the flavor infusion. This is quick, maybe 5 minutes. In a clean sock pan, combine that extracted apple syrup with the apple cider vinegar. This introduces the distinct tang of the shrub, that invigorating counterpoint to the sweetness.
Right.
Then add your aromatic elements, the cinnamon sticks, whole cloves, and the strip of orange peel. These will slowly infuse the concentrate with their warming, citrusy notes.
And then we cook it.
Yes, but gently. The gentle simmer takes about 15 minutes. You heat this mixture gently over low to medium heat, stirring occasionally, just until the sugar completely dissolves and the spices start to release their aromas.
So not boiling.
Definitely not boiling vigorously. That's key here. Boiling can diminish the delicate flavor profile of the vinegar and some of the aromatic compounds from the spices. Gentle heat ensures a smooth, well-integrated syrup with bright, fresh flavors. Finesse, not brute force.
Okay, gentle simmer. Got it.
And finally, the cooling and straining period. This takes about 2 hours. Allow your shrub to cool completely to room temperature.
Why so long?
This extended cooling period is important. It allows the flavors to meld further. The spices continue to infuse deeply as it cools. Once it's cool, strain out the cinnamon sticks, cloves, and orange peel. You want a clear, smooth concentrate, then bottle it up. Your apple shrub is ready.
Fascinating process. And nutritionally, we're mixing this with water right now.
Typically, yeah. 1 serving is usually about 2 tablespoons of the concentrate mixed with sparkling water. That gives you approximately 95 calories and 24 grams of carbs, mostly sugar.
But you mentioned electrolytes.
Right. It's notable for being a kind of natural electrolyte replacement. That's thanks to the beneficial acids from the vinegar and the fruit. They can actually aid in hydration, which is why I made that historical Gatorade joke.
Huh? Okay, so how do we use it?
Super versatile. Mix 2 tablespoons with sparkling water, like I said, for a really invigorating post-workout refresher. Crisp and zesty.
Nice.
It can also be added to cocktails. It offers a complex, sweet tart base that really elevates a mixed drink. Gin or vodka would work well.
Ooh, interesting.
Drizzle it over fresh fruit salads. It acts as a unique, tangy sweet dressing, enhances the natural fruit flavors, and like what noted, it's an excellent base for homemade sports drink alternatives. You control the ingredients, avoid the artificial stuff.
Very cool. Okay, preserve number 4. Back to something maybe more traditional. The classic apple preserve.
Ah, yes, the apple preserve. This is a truly refined creation. It really embraces the apple's natural flavor, delivering a deep, rich taste. It's like the seasoned veteran of the preserve world.
I like that analogy. So for this veteran, what apples work best? We want pure apple flavor, maybe some texture.
Exactly. The goal is highlighting pure apple flavor and retaining some fruit texture. So cultivar selection is vital. Our sources recommend Golden Delicious or Braeburn apples.
Okay, Golden Delicious again. Why here?
Well, Golden Delicious is known for its inherent sweetness and its tender texture when cooked. It's excellent for a preserve where you want the apple's natural sugars to really shine.
And Braeburn.
Braeburn offers a fantastic balance of sweet and tart. Plus, it has a firm flesh that maintains some integrity even after simmering. It provides provides a satisfying little chewiness in the final product. Using either, or maybe both, ensures a complex flavor and a pleasing texture.
Sounds great. And the ingredients seem simpler for this one.
Very simple. You need 2 cups of peeled and cored apples, Golden Delicious or Braeburn. Then, just 2 essential supporting players. Half cup of granulated sugar to enhance sweetness and preserve, and 1 tablespoon of lemon juice.
Lemon juice again, for brightness.
Brightness, yes, but also crucial for helping with the gelling process, acting as a natural pectin enhancer, and it helps prevent the apples from browning too much. Keeps that lovely golden color.
Ah, multitasker. Okay, how do we make this classic?
We start with apple dicing. Quick 5 minutes. You'll want to dice your chosen apples with precision. Uniform dicing is important, again, for even cooking, consistent texture in the final preserve.
Okay, neat dice. That.
Next, the initial combination. Super quick. 2 minutes in a clean saucepan. Combine those diced apples with the sugar and the lemon juice. Give it a good stir to coat everything.
Simple enough. And then simmer.
Then comes the main event, simmering and concentration. This requires a bit of patience, 30 to 35 minutes. Simmer the mixture over medium-low heat. Stir it occasionally to prevent sticking and ensure it cooks evenly.
What are we watching for here?
This is where the magic unfolds. The apples slowly soften, they release their juices, and they start to absorb that sweet, tart syrup created by the sugar and lemon juice. You'll see their golden color deepen as the flavors concentrate, and the natural sugars caramelize just slightly.
Caramelization.
Yeah, just a touch. The liquid will gradually reduce and thicken. You're transforming it into that classic preserve consistency where you have distinct fruit pieces suspended in a glossy, flavorful syrup.
Sounds lovely. And then jarring.
Then the jarring and cooling phase, another 30 minutes or so for cooling. Once the preserve reaches that ideal consistency, carefully spoon it into sterilized jars. Seal them tightly to preserve that exquisite flavor and texture. Let them cool completely at room temperature, and they'll continue to set up a bit as they cool.
Okay, and nutritionally. Similar to the jelly.
A bit different because you have the fruit solids. 1/4 cup serving of apple preserve provides approximately 240 calories, 60 grams of carbs, but less sugar than the jelly, maybe around 16 grams, and about 2 grams of fiber. It also retains some of those inherent apple benefits, like vitamin C and potassium.
Good. And serving ideas for this classic.
Oh, truly versatile. Spread it generously on freshly baked croissants, or maybe some warm sourdough bread for a luxurious breakfast.
Nice.
For a sophisticated touch, pair it with aged cheeses. Think sharp cheddar or a creamy brie, maybe even a manchego. Great on a charcuterie board.
Ooh, cheese pairing sounds good.
You can also layer it with Greek yogurt and granola for a satisfying, flavorful parfait. And of course, it makes a fantastic filling for pastries, tarts, or just a decadent topping for ice cream or pound cake. Adds that rich depth of flavor and tender fruit pieces.
Excellent. Okay, moving on to number 5, apple conserve. You describe this as a textural masterpiece.
Yes, this one is really about texture. It combines apples with other fruits and nuts, resulting in this wonderfully rich, complex flavor and mouthfeel experience. It's like the team captain that brings everyone together.
Huh. Okay, team captain conserves. What kind of apples do we need for this team? Something robust.
Exactly. The apple selection here is crucial for providing a robust base that complements the added fruits and nuts without getting lost. Needs to hold its own. For this, Honeycrisp or Granny Smith are excellent choices.
Interesting. Same as the jelly, but for different reasons.
Right. Honeycrisp offers that lovely juiciness and a satisfying crispness that, even when cooked down, provides a subtle textural presence. Doesn't disappear completely.
Yeah.
Granny Smith, with its tartness and firmness, ensures a complex texture alongside the dried fruits and nuts. It provides balance, prevents the conserve from becoming overly sweet, and holds its shape well. They provide the perfect foundation for that multi-layered flavor and texture.
Makes sense. So ingredients for the conserve team. 2 cups of peeled and chopped apples, Honeycrisp or Granny Smith. Then the supporting cast. Half cup of chopped, mixed, dried fruits. What kind?
Things like cranberries, apricots, figs work really well. They add chewiness and concentrated sweetness. Variety is good.
Okay, and nuts.
Half a cup of chopped nuts. Walnuts or pecans are excellent choices. They bring that satisfying crunch and earthy notes, really important for the texture.
Definitely. And sugar.
Just 1/4 cup of brown sugar for this one. Adds that deeper molasses-like sweetness that rounds out all the flavors. You don't need as much because of the dried fruit.
Right. Okay, how do we assemble the team?
Preparation starts with combining the fruits. Quick, 5 minutes. Bring together your chopped apples, the vibrant dried fruits, and the brown sugar in a saucepan. This initial combination lets the flavor start mingling and the dried fruits begin softening slightly.
Okay. Then the nuts.
Then we bolster the texture with adding the nuts. Takes maybe 3 to 5 minutes. This is where you incorporate your chopped walnuts or pecans. These add that essential textural depth and lovely earthy flavor. Transforms it from a simple fruit blend into a truly rich, complex conserve.
All right, the crunch factor.
Exactly. The cooking and flavor development phase is next. This lasts 25 to 30 minutes. Cook the whole mixture over medium heat, stirring regularly.
What's happening during this cook time?
Well, the apples soften, the dried fruits plump up, absorbing moisture, and the nuts kind of toast slightly and absorb those rich, concentrated flavors. As the liquids reduce, the conserve develops this incredible depth of flavor and a thick, chunky consistency.
So thicker than the preserve.
Generally, yes, because of all the added solids. You're aiming for a point where all the ingredients are well integrated and the mixture mounts thickly on a spoon. Really chunky and rich.
Sounds delicious. Then jarring.
Finally, the jarring and cooling about 30 minutes for cooling. Spoon your apple, conserve into sterilized jars, seal them tightly, and let them cool completely at room temperature. This preserves those rich textures and flavors of this beautiful harvest medley.
New nutritionally, with the nuts and dried fruit.
It's quite robust. 1/4 cup serving has about 260 calories, 70 grams of carbs, but a fair bit of sugar, around 37 grams from the dried fruit and added sugar.
But also fiber and fats.
Yes, a substantial 5 grams of fiber and 8 grams of healthy fats, primarily from the nuts. It's also a good source of micronutrients like iron and magnesium, so quite nourishing, actually.
Good to know. Serving ideas for this textural treat.
Oh, great possibilities. Spread it generously on freshly baked croissants or maybe some hearty whole grain toast for a really satisfying breakfast. Pair it with a variety of cheeses. Sharp cheddar, creamy goat cheese, nutty Gruyere. The textures and flavors play beautifully together on a cheese board.
Yeah, the nuts and cheese combo.
Definitely. Layer it with Greek yogurt and granola for an energizing parfait that just sings with complex fruit and nut flavors. And it also makes a fantastic filling for pastries, crumbles, or a delicious topping for desserts like ice cream or pound cake. Adds those rich layers of texture and taste.
Sounds incredibly rich and satisfying.
Yeah.
Okay, number 6, apple fruit butter. This one sounds luxurious. Velvety smooth.
Exactly. Apple fruit butter is renowned for its velvety, smooth texture and intensely concentrated apple flavor. It's truly a luxurious spread. It's like the clutch player that delivers deep flavor when you need it.
Huh, clutch butter. Okay, so for that signature smoothness, apple choice must be critical again.
Absolutely. Achieving that smooth, luxurious consistency is largely dependent on the apple. Our sources recommend Fuji or Pink Lady apples for this.
Fuji or Pink Lady. Why are they the clutch players here?
They're ideal because of their inherent sweetness and their firm, crisp flesh that just breaks down beautifully when cooked slowly.
So they don't hold their shape well.
Exactly. For butter, you want them to break down easily. This yields a wonderfully smooth butter that perfectly absorbs the added flavors of honey and spices. And their natural sweetness means less added sugar is often needed, letting that pure, deep apple flavor really shine through.
Makes sense. So ingredients for this velvety butter. 2 cups of peeled and cored apples. Fuji or Pink Lady.
Yep.
Then supporting flavors. 1 quick of honey instead of sugar.
Yes, honey provides a distinct golden sweetness, maybe some subtle floral notes depending on the honey. It complements the apple beautifully.
Okay. And spices.
1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon and 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg. Classic warming spices that add beautiful depth and warmth.
Perfect pairing. Okay, how do we achieve that smoothness? What's the process?
All right, it begins with apple preparation. Swift, 5 minutes, peel and core your apples. Dicing them roughly is totally fine here because they're going to cook down completely into a smooth puree anyway.
No need for precision dicing this time.
Nope. Then comes combining with honey. Quick, 2 minutes. In a saucepan, combine those prepared apple pieces with the honey. Stir it well. Let the honey sweetness start mingling with the apples right away.
Okay, spices next.
Next, the spice infusion phase. Lasts 5 to 7 minutes. This is when you introduce the cinnamon and nutmeg. Stir them thoroughly into the apple and honey mixture. Getting the spices in early ensures their flavors fully integrate, adding that rich aromatic depth right from the start.
Good tip. And then the cooking, this sounds like the key part.
It is. The slow simmer and thickening is the core of this recipe. Takes 20 to 25 minutes, maybe longer depending on the apples in your stove. Simmer your apple mixture over low heat and stir frequently. This is a process of patience.
Lie low and slow.
The extended, gentle cooking time lets the apples completely break down. It releases their natural pectin, softens their fibers entirely. It also reduces the water content significantly, which concentrates that apple flavor intensely and allows the natural sugars to caramelize a bit, contributing to the rich, deep color and taste.
How do you know when this one is ready? It doesn't have chunks.
Right. You'll know it's ready when it's thick enough to mound on a spoon without spreading out immediately. And like the chutney, you should be able to draw a clear path across the bottom of the pot with your spoon that stays for a second or two. But be really diligent with stirring, especially towards the end, to prevent scorching. Low heat helps.
Okay, low, slow, and lots of stirring. Then jarring.
And finally, the jarring and cooling about 30 minutes for cooling. Once your fruit butter reaches that luxurious, smooth consistency, spoon it into sterilized jars. Seal them tightly. Let them cool completely at room temperature. Preserves that rich, concentrated essence.
Wonderful. Nutrition for the fruit butter.
1/4 cup serving provides approximately 200 calories, 48 grams of carbs, about 30 grams of sugar from apples and honey, and maybe 1 gram of fiber. It's also noted as a good source of manganese and vitamin A.
Okay, and serving this luxurious butter.
Oh, it's fantastic. Spread it generously on warm muffins or scones for a truly comforting breakfast treat.
Yes.
You can blend it into your post-workout smoothie. Adds creaminess and a natural, deep, sweet flavor boost.
Interesting idea.
It makes a fantastic filling for pastries or a decadent dessert topping for things like cheesecake, pancakes, or waffles. Just pure, concentrated apple indulgence. And for a simple, luxurious treat, just swirl it into Greek yogurt. Amazing.
That sounds divine. Okay, one more to go. Our final preserve, apple compote. This sounds later, maybe.
Yes, exactly. This delightful creation offers a fresher, more fragrant blend. It combines apples with pear and spices for a wonderfully light and versatile dish. It's like the rookie sensation, bright and full of potential.
Huh. Rookie compote. Okay, so for freshness, what apples are we drafting?
The beauty here is that vibrant, fresh character. For that, we look to Honeycrisp or Gala apples.
Honeycrisp or Gala again. Why for compote?
Honeycrisp brings its famous crispness and juiciness, while Gala offers that perfectly balanced sweetness. Together, they create this harmonious base that allows the accompanying pear and spices to contribute their unique notes without being overpowered. It's about fresh fruit flavor.
And you mentioned pear.
Yes, the combination with pear adds another layer of subtle sweetness and a distinct, delicate texture that's really complementary to the apple. Makes it more interesting.
Okay, let's gather the ingredients for this delightful compote. 2 cups of peeled and chopped apples, Honeycrisp or Gala. Then the supporting flavors. 1/2 cup of diced pear. Adds fresh talent, you said.
Yeah, lovely fresh talent, slightly different sweetness. Then a 1/4 cup of raisins for concentrated sweetness and chewiness, maybe like veteran support.
Huh. Okay. 1 tablespoon of lemon juice for brightness and presenting browning.
Exactly, the sharp tactical mind. Then 1/4 cup of brown sugar for that deeper sweetness, and a 1/4 teaspoon of ground ginger for a gentle warmth, a little heat.
Nice. Okay, how does this rookie sensation come together?
Preparation starts with combining the fruits. Takes about 5 minutes. Combine your chopped apples and diced pear in a saucepan. This forms the refreshing base, sets the stage for that medley of flavors and textures.
All right, apples and pears together.
Next, we bring in the raisins and lemon.
Yeah.
Quick, 3 to 5 minutes. Add the raisins, they'll plump up and release their sweetness, and the lemon juice. Again, lemon juice is crucial here for brightening the flavors and keeping the fruit looking appealingly colorful.
Okay, then sugar and spice.
Then the sweetening and spicing. About 2 minutes. Introduce the brown sugar and the ground ginger. Stir these in, well, make sure they're evenly distributed. Brown sugar enhances the natural sweetness. Ginger adds that gentle, warming spice.
Okay, and the cooking for compote, is it long?
No, the gentle simmer is the heart of the compote, but it's shorter, maybe 15 to 20 minutes. Simmer your fruit mixture over medium-low heat, stirring occasionally.
What's the goal here? Not mush, right?
Definitely not mush. This gentle cooking allows the apples and pears to soften to a tender but still intact consistency. The raisins plump up and all the flavors meld beautifully. Unlike a preserve or a butter, the goal here is to retain distinct fruit pieces and have a slightly looser, more syrupy consistency.
So tender fruit and a nice syrup.
Exactly. You're looking for tender fruit pieces swimming in a clear, flavorful syrup. Once you hit that, it's jarring time.
Okay, jarring and cooling, 30 minutes for cooling. Spoon the compote into sterilized jars. Is this meant to be eaten sooner rather than later?
Compote is often enjoyed immediately or quite fresh, yeah. Jarring mainly allows for short-term refrigeration, maybe a week or so. Let them cool completely at room temperature.
Gotcha. And nutrition for the compote.
1/4 cup serving provides approximately 220 calories, 48 grams of carbs, with about 35 grams of sugar, quite sweet, 3 grams of fiber, and maybe 1 gram of healthy fats. It's also a good source of vitamin C and potassium thanks to the fresh fruit.
Okay. And serving this fresh, vibrant compote.
Oh, it's wonderfully versatile, too. It makes a fantastic accompaniment to savory dishes. Try serving it alongside grilled pork chops or roasted chicken. That sweet and savory contrast is delightful.
Pork and apple. Classic.
It's an excellent topping for vanilla ice cream, yogurt, or cheesecake, adding that fresh, fruity sweetness. Spread it on toasted bagels or muffins for a vibrant, flavorful breakfast. And for a sophisticated touch, pair it with a mild, creamy cheese on your cheese board, like a fresh goat cheese or ricotta, for a delightful interplay of textures and flavors.
Lots of great uses. All right, we've walked through 7 incredible apple preserve recipes, each one really different, showcasing the apple in a new way.
Absolutely.
Now, let's maybe crystallize some essential tips, things to keep in mind for success in the kitchen.
Good idea. First, let's revisit selecting your apple varieties. Remember, we talked about over 7,500 known cultivars.
Mind-boggling number.
It is. And each one has a different set of characteristics: flavor, acidity, pectin content, how firm it stays when cooked. Don't be afraid to experiment beyond our recommendations. Try combining varieties. A mix can often create a more dynamic, interesting final preserve.
So understand the apple's skill set for the job.
Exactly. A tart, firm, high-pectin apple is ideal for a clear jelly. A sweeter, softer apple might be better for a smooth fruit butter. Knowing these nuances makes a huge difference.
Absolutely. Okay, second tip.
Adjusting sugar levels. Now, we gave specific measurements, but remember, apples vary naturally in sweetness. Cultivar, ripeness, even where it was grown, can affect it. So feel free to adjust the sugar content a bit to match your personal taste. But keep in mind, sugar isn't just for sweetness. It's crucial for preservation and for helping that pectin set properly.
So don't reduce it too much, especially for jelly.
Exactly. You can tweak it slightly, but be mindful. Taste as you go. That's always good advice in the kitchen.
Always. Okay, third tip. Storage.
Yes, crucial for safety and longevity, proper storage. For these specific recipes, once they're jarred and cooled, they should typically be stored in airtight containers in the refrigerator. They'll last up to about 2 weeks that way.
Only 2 weeks.
For these methods, yeah. If you want longer self-stability like pantry storage for months, you'd need to use traditional canning methods. That involves a hot water bath or a pressure canner to ensure a proper vacuum seal and destroy any potential spoilage organisms. That's a whole other process, really, beyond today's deep dive.
Good clarification.
Yeah.
Refrigerator for these.
Right. And it's interesting, historically, people had fascinating ways to store apples. Pliny the Elder, back in the 1st century, wrote about storing apples in cool rooms on beds of straw.
Wow.
In medieval Europe, they'd core and peel apples, then dry them to make them last through winter. Today, commercial facilities use these super sophisticated controlled atmosphere techniques, low oxygen, controlled CO2 to keep apples fresh for months, sometimes even year-round.
Amazing. Our fridge method seems pretty simple in comparison.
It is, but still effective for these fresh-style preserves. Proper refrigeration is key to maintaining their freshness and flavor.
Okay. And a final thought or philosophy?
Just consider this. Every apple truly has the potential to yield remarkable results when you handle it with care and understanding. Don't be intimidated by the process. Embrace the culinary adventure and appreciate the rich history of this incredible fruit.
That's great advice. We've truly taken a deep dive into the world of apples today, haven't we? Transforming them into this diverse array of preserves, from that shimmering apple jelly to the rich, textural apple conserve.
Yeah, it's amazing how versatile one fruit can be.
We've seen how each recipe really celebrates the unique characteristics of different apple cultivars, and how a little bit of kitchen knowledge, a little technique, can yield incredible, delicious results.
And if you connect this back to the bigger picture, it's truly remarkable, isn't it? The apple we hold in our hand today, it has a history stretching back thousands of years, originating in Central Asia, undergoing all this extensive cultivation, selective breeding.
To get those 7,500 plus varieties.
Exactly. And that meticulous process of clonal grafting we talked about. That ensures that our cherished varieties like Honeycrisp or Granny Smith remain consistent generation after generation. It allows us to reliably recreate these delicious preserves. It's this continuous interaction between human ingenuity and nature's bounty. It's just fascinating.
It absolutely is. It really highlights how deeply intertwined our culinary traditions are with agricultural innovation over centuries, millennia even.
Mhm.
So as you look at an apple next time, whether it's a crisp Honeycrisp from a modern orchard or a tart Granny Smith, maybe consider not just its immediate bite, but those thousands of years of cultivation behind it.
Yeah, think about the intricate genetics that make it unique and the diverse culinary history that makes it such an adaptable and rewarding fruit. Think about all the different purposes apples have served: staple food, cultural symbol in myths and religions.
Right.
The careful selection of each of those 7,500 plus cultivars for specific uses, eating, cooking, cider, preserves, and it's just a testament to human ingenuity and our endless pursuit of flavor and utility.
Exactly. Which leads to a final thought for you, the listener. What other hidden culinary treasures, what other championship performances might be waiting to be unlocked in your kitchen with this remarkable fruit?
Maybe you'll discover a new favorite preserve from our list today, or perhaps you'll experiment with an heirloom apple variety you haven't tried before, or combine unexpected flavors with one of these classic preparations.
The apple's potential truly feels limitless. Go explore.